Hi, my name is Kisha Madison, financial planner with Heritage Financial Partners, and I would like to wish you a happy National Women's History Month. Years before it became a full month, there was Women's History Week. In 1978, Sonoma County, California held the first known Women's History Week to align with International Women's Day. At the time, women's history was virtually an unknown topic in the K-12 curriculum or in general public consciousness, according to National Women's History Alliance. The idea quickly spread to other counties and organizations across the country that held their own events about women's history, and a group of advocates began lobbying for National Women's History Week. By 1980, their goal was realized. In February, President Jimmy Carter issued a presidential proclamation declaring the week of March 2nd through the 8th, 1980 as Women's History Week. In his proclamation, President Carter noted that men and women have worked together to help build the United States since the country's founding. He stated, too often the women were unsung and sometimes their contributions went unnoticed. But the achievements, leadership, courage, strength, and love of the women who built America was as vital as that of the men whose names we know so well. President Carter also used the moment to call for the passage of the Equal Rights Amendment, which has been approved by 38 states but still remains in legal limbo. It wasn't until 7 years after the first National Women's History Week that in 1987, Congress passed a law proclaiming the month of March as Women's History Month across the United States. Since 1995, each president has issued proclamations naming March as Women's History Month, according to the National Women's History Museum. President Biden issued his proclamation earlier this year stating, "Women. Often women of color have been on the front lines fighting for and securing equal rights and opportunity throughout our country's history as abolitionists, civil rights leaders, suffragists, and labor activists. But despite significant progress, women and girls continue to face systemic barriers to full and equal participation in our economy and society." The theme for this year's Women's History Month is celebrating women who tell our stories. And we will recognize women who have been active in all forms of media and storytelling, including print, radio, TV, stage, screen, blogs, podcasts, and more. I challenge each of you to take the time to research the legacy of a few women in history. I also challenge you to consider your own legacy as you pursue your purpose in life.